state. The American in me, you know, Americans are very proud. How can you come to China and say this is the best hotel? I kept quiet. I said, I don't really agree. But by the time I woke up the following morning, I've become humble. I look around, I saw everything automated, everything. I said, it's true. It's true. Forget about your America. This one is on another level. So on this particular day, in the lobby, we just noticed something was moving like a robot. So my son and I, we followed it. Then he moved and we followed it. Then instead, he got in front of an elevator and the elevator opened. So we too entered the elevator with it. We are watching it. We are going to the floor of 25. So when it got to 12th level, he just stopped and the elevator opened for it. And he like a man, so we followed it. Apparently, he's meant to go and deliver room service. I said, Chai, this is somebody's job that just disappeared. Do you get it? That's somebody's job. Why do you need plenty staff when you can just program a computer? Go to this room A, room B, give this food. I said, somebody's job. Somebody's job is gone. By the way, how did I get to that story? Remind me. You people, you like story too much. Oh yeah. Prophecy, thank you. I started with prophecy. Words are powerful. So my friend, yes, that my friend. I was talking about the fact that I had a little delay in school because I failed in my second year. If you know and you know Faculty of Pharmacy, you know. Anyway, me that I've never failed all my life, they slapped me. And in fact, my father was more affected than me. Because I failed so much that session that towards the end, I was just believing God. Don't let them withdraw me. You know, there are levels. You can fail to a point. There's a level of failure they say repeat. Then when it's yours as your cup has overwhelmed, they say withdraw. So I was like, I knew I was going to fail by second semester. I said, Lord, let your servant come back to this class next year. So when I saw repeats, I was glad. It could be didn't you go to Ife? Why are you acting? You know, when we're in school, pharmacists especially, maybe things have changed now. When they release our result, the whole school will gather. We come to Faculty of Pharmacy to come and check. Because if maybe your roommate or your cousin, because people are ready to just comfort. It's bad though. A class of 134 or 144, 34 passed. And our lecturers, they took pride in it. Although I went back to abuse them. I went back a few years ago. One of my classmates had become the the vice in the second. I hope you have changed your rubbish system. This is not school. This is school. Lecturers are hired to train, not to fail. You take pleasure in failing. The last semester, 85% of the people that took this class failed. You are a failure. That lecturer, I don't know if you agree with me. You are a failure. Your training is you are supposed to train them, not fail them. And I can say this boldly because I also had an opportunity to go to school in America, and I graduated with 4.0. At the end of semester, we evaluate our lecturers. Yes, we can evaluate a lecturer and say, this lecturer now year one, replace him. I'm serious. He's not doing his job. I remember I took a class, in San Jose those days, along the line of, interesting, I did pharmacy in Nigeria, I did IT in America, and I became system administrator, all those jargons. Anyway, there was this Indian professor teaching us. So he just mentioned a certification. And I said, oh yes, I did it. The woman opened her mouth because the lecturer has not done the certification. So he said after the class, he said, come here, let's talk. He said, how did you do it? I was thinking, I went to Ife, sitting for exam. Is it not just to cram and pass? Pass. So it was like, my lecturer asked me, I've been having challenges sitting for that certification. Can you tutor me? how to pass it. I'm like, But back to my friend Akin. So he came out of this exam hall, final year student, I think history or whatever he was doing. And one of his classmates came out. Everybody knew the exam was bad, but there was one with a big mouth. He just came out and said, exam you will pay, wow. My friend stood up, he said, yeah. If you put me in your wa, say, oh yeah, see after me, exam you will pay. You want to fail? You want to repeat? You want to come back next semester? It's okay. Exam you. The boy was shocked. He said, yes, go pay. I can hear. But what rights do you have to put me in your equation? Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Go pay. Fine. It's your choice. Choose you this day. You have chosen to come back next semester. Me, I'm graduating. I'm going for AYC. My friend was brutal. Someone said, it's not oro lason. When God was going to create things, how did he create it? Cement, sand, soil. He spoke. He spoke. And God said, light be. That's how powerful words are. In the beginning was the word. You know what is so important with God that he called his own sons word. Oh, you didn't hear me. Word is so key in God's system that his son, his name is word. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. All things were created through the word. In the world, even the life of God that we are shouting is the word that carries it. The life of God needed the word container. The life cannot just manifest by himself. Word have to carry it. Oh, Makasotaba, word have to carry it. Masotaba, and certain words have been spoken over you through God that you ought to just hold on to. Paul said, fight the good fight of faith. Don't let go of the word over your life. Maybe you are here, you say, the problem is, I don't know the prophet that prophesied, I don't know what they said. The book, the Bible you carry is full of your prophecies. The book is full of your prophecy. The Bible says you are a joint heir with Christ. Everything that was promised to Christ was promised to you. You can make it your prophecy. And don't allow where you live to determine your future. There are words over you. And you can run with those words to become who God has called you to be. I was sharing with them 2 days ago where I was preaching. I said, 1993, when the Lord began to speak to me about ministry, about the call of God upon my life, about the Father, I'm going to do exploits in the nation. I was living in a house without window. I was literally homeless. My parents had issues in their marriage. They were splitted dead. Then my mom had to go with 4 boys. A family friend who had completed one side of the house they were building, and the other side uncompleted. I said, that's the only thing I can offer. No window, no door. We moved in. No, nothing on the floor. That's not been cemented. And I was already in college. I was in pharmacy, 3rd year. And God was speaking about my future. Do you know what shocked me most? He did not even address my present situation. Is that fair? At least about our flat. A decent apartment. He said, you're going to go to the nations. You will be a blessing. I'm like, oh, give us a house. Do you know the problem? A lot of us are thinking in time while God is thinking in purpose. He knows what you are going through will pass. Don't allow your present phase to determine your future. It's just a phase. I've been there. You know, I tell people all the time, I say how when I was growing up, I grew up with what? A wooden spoon. At least you had a spoon. Some of us, we were spoonless. At least it takes having a spoon to compare the kind of spoon. Golden, silver, and a spoon. I remember those days. I was part of home fellowship. And of course, I was anointed, fire. I was not the home fellowship leader, but because of my depth in the word, most of the time, the leader will yield to me, say, oh, Brother K, can you just lead us? And I will lead them. I will preach. I will teach. Everybody will be blessed. Even the girls in the fellowship, they liked me. Why? Fire. But there's a problem. Fire had no accommodation. So after the fellowship, they will say, Brother K, I said, Moti Lole. I still want to do things in the neighborhood. Before you know it, CNN. And now become a charity case. No, I'm not ready to go. I'll wait for all of them to disperse. Oh, yeah? And it seemed like God was not concerned about what I was dealing with. But it was not like he was not concerned. It was because he knew what was over me. It's like you are going to Lagos and your boss stopped at Shagam. Is Shagam your destination? Maybe we are waiting to put water in the radiator or change a tire or do something. And we just sit. After 30 minutes, the driver will be done. He will continue. I don't know who I'm talking to. You are at Shagam.